what's on the... Makes me a movie star. Okay. Okay, good. So let's reserve, the tricky thing will be consumption. Now what about, what is the capital stock in period 2? What is investment in period 2? And what is output in period 2? Exactly right. Right? So K2 is K, I2 is I, right? And Y2 is Y. These things, K, let's call this Y, and let's call this I, right? So we're back in steady state. It's as simple as that. In this simple model, right? It's really just this one-time thing, this one-time shock. You do the massive investment in period 1, that's where the action is, and in period 2 you're back in steady state. So K2 is K, I2 is I, Y2 is Y. Now let's turn to consumption. And what I told you here is just, that was the advice. Now when you compute consumption, the current account, the evolution of the net international investment position, do not carry around these complicated terms, but call them K, I, Y, K1, I1, Y1, and that's all you need, right? So you can actually express consumption and all the other things in terms of this. Good. So how do you look, what is consumption in period 1? How do you address this? Does anybody have an... Well, you want to give me an answer?
In this case, the consumption, SC equal to CC equal to CS and equal to C. This is a constant because in the assumption we have 1 slash R, theta equal to 1, so that.
Right. So, first important piece of information. What keeps holding is that consumption is constant. Now, please note, this is another thing than saying consumption is at the old steady state level. Because something is happening, right? I mean, people wake up and see a share of their capital stock is destroyed. So they account for that. But let me go to this point. We still hold, so consumption in period in t equals 1, is we still have nobody wants to sit next to me in the bus to Ho Chi Minh City because I have black hands, looks suspicious. Okay. Okay. Look, this is, usually we have a T here, but now we're very specific. We say, okay, this is period 1 and CS. And then here we have 1 plus R B1 plus the sum of S from 1 to infinity, 1 plus R S minus 1, YS minus IS. Okay, so that's what you said. And since beta 1 plus R equals 1, then C1 equals C2 equals C3 equals dot, 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 since beta 1 plus r equals 1. All right? So we move this out of here, right? Well, actually, it's not a good idea to do that because it's not mathematically correct. We do this, right? We have C1 s equals 1 to infinity, 1 over 1 plus r, s minus 1 equals 1 plus r, b1 plus s equals 1 to infinity, 1 over 1 plus r, s minus 1, ys minus is. And that's, of course, as we know, 1 over 1 minus 1 over 1 plus r, which is equal to 1 plus r over r. Now, this guy is 0, which we've shown here. So the initial net international investment position in period 1 is 0. Now, here's the complicated thing. Why? Well, because this is not constant over time. This is lower. So let me rewrite that. And let me say this is 1 plus r over r times C1 equals. Now, we have in period, I don't want to, I'm taking over, which is not a good idea. Do you want to continue? Did you? I think this was the thing that was probably the difficult part. Do we have an idea how to proceed on the right-hand side?
I think separate. We sketch up the stage 1.
Yes?
One and the other.
Perfect. Can you write this down? No, that's a good idea. That's exactly what I had in mind. Yes, but one more thing. One little detail. It's a 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is super. Thank you very much. That's the thing. So this is 1 plus r to the power of 1 minus 1, which is 1 plus r to the power of 0, times output and investment in period 1, which, as we have seen, is lower. Output is lower than output in steady state, and investment is higher than in steady state. So these two folks, by the way, can you see this from your angle? Okay, because otherwise I'll just, it's always nice to have some daylight in here, but that's my, good. And now, and that's what Juan said. This is now a constant, right? Now this we know. This is basically y, and this is I. Now the question is, how do we handle that? And we handle that by writing equals yi minus I And now let me double check, because otherwise, if I mess up, then I'll be angry at myself. I don't understand my notes, so that's a problem. Which is, but yeah. The trick is, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, is to say, what have I done? I've moved, here this goes from, this is a s minus 1. Now this is a s minus 2, but it is a s minus 2 because I've moved this out of the, I've moved 1 over 1 plus r out of the thing, right? So, and this is, only thing I've missed, I'm sorry, you noticed, is C1.